After we escaped the oncoming storm, we found ourselves beneath the ocean. A dungeon divided us from the outside world, and all I could do was stare at. The fierce warrior regained his footing after he concealed the door behind us.
That was close. We are lucky to be alive. That tornado. There was something odd about it. Something artificial, perhaps.
Call me paranoid, but I believe something was out there in that forest.
You are right. The forest, Helsha Mist, was always cursed. I never had the aptitude to enter its premises, until Mark's footsteps led us here. I hope we find him soon.
Whatever clue was left of Mark's whereabouts is now gone, consumed by that tornado. You know, I think the atmospheric disturbance outside was actually a spell.
What makes you think that?
I saw someone by that hillside with a white robe before the tornado swallowed the forest. He elevated his hand towards the skies. I couldn't quite make out who exactly that was. Let me ponder about that more. All I know is that we can't go outside of this door.
You're right. It's too dangerous. It looks like we have no other choice but to camp out here. Or we could walk towards that entrance over there.
There is something magical about this place, something calm yet so profound. I doubt we will find Mark here, but it's worth a try. Let's go up that staircase.
Roger that. As we pursued the entrance, there was a certain darkness. No lights presented themselves except the streaks of the outside world. However, they too vanished as we continued our footing.
I don't like this. If something sneaks up on us, we are at a disadvantage.
I agree. We should summon our swords just in case. After the colliginous passageway, we found the light again. There was an underground lake accompanied by another sinkhole, its roof exposing the outside world.
Something's off. I just can't quite explain this feeling. Something elusive. Never mind. There's another entrance over there. Should we enter it?
Let's do it. Clay and I entered the cave. And once again, we were engulfed by darkness until a cerulean illumination filtered out the external world.
Where's the cave?
What do you mean?
The cave entrance. It's no longer there. It's been replaced by the image of these azurious walls.
You're right. What's going on? I can't even see the sinkhole anymore, let alone the protruding trees of the outside world. This isn't right.
Perhaps this is an illusion or something's onto us. I can sense something. Do you think that door over there is locked?
I don't know. Just be careful if you do try to open it. I'll cover your back. Clay strolls beside an amalgamation of pillars and then ascends a staircase. The noise of the outside world was no longer present. The noise of rainfall and overwhelming winds ceased to exist. All that remained was silence beneath the walls of another world. You opened it.
Let's proceed with caution. Something tells me this is a trick. Perhaps the man in the white robes lured us here on purpose.
Even if it were so, we have no way of finding out. We're stuck here. Clay and I walked through the doorway and found ourselves by a hall engulfed with a circular pool of water. There was a miniature waterfall by the white pillars.
I'm going to discover the truth about this place, the forest, the man in white robes, everything.
We have to be very cautious. That eerie feeling you described earlier, I can sense it too. We continued our passage forward, however. We were met with hallways that persistently appeared before us. Each hallway, though, was independently unique than the last. Some were rich in Greek architecture, others were, well, abstract.
I'm beaten. The more we walk through these doorways, the more lost I feel. What's going on?
Perhaps it's a labyrinth of some sorts. We have to keep going. We've come this far.
You're right. Tunnel after tunnel, I gasped for air. The atmosphere within these hallways was rich in moisture. The walls were rife with glistening droplets of water. I ignored the textures of this place momentarily and discovered something.
Clay and I had ascended another staircase. Instead of being met with another corridor, we were exposed to a large structure which seemed to reside beneath a water source. The structure was protected by stone pillars and window slabs. For a brief moment, we could scrutinize marine life, until each organism was made aware by our presence.
Interesting.
What's that?
If you look close enough at the window frames, you can see a wavy force pattern that protects the structure from the vast oceanic pressure. Without it, the structure would implode. I told you so, Storm. This place is artificially constructed. It doesn't properly follow the laws of physics.
Something must be keeping this place intact. Did you hear that?
Someone closed the door downstairs.
Come, ready your weapon. I have a bad feeling about this.
What?
Before we could continue our footing, the hallways and corridors vanished. As we descended the staircase, we were met with the image of a colossal structure.
This place is closely representative of the Colosseum in Rome.
I know. That place had a tragic yet corrupt history. Those gladiators would have made excellent guardians if they hadn't been forced to die for some pathetic excuse of a leader. My teeth clench, even at the thought of that. They deserved better.
Me too, Storm. Me too.
Now about this pickle. Should we take a chance at that entrance over there? Seems like we have no other choice, really. A humanoid figure presented itself beside the shadows of the arching pillars. It was a skeleton, concealed in metallurgy. The creature pursued us arduously, and we elevated our swords. The battle was swift, however. Our adversary relied on blunt force to inflict physical damage.
The skeleton utilized a claymore as weaponry. Storm and I stood strong and bested the creature by multiple strikes to its temple. The cerulean flickers of light within its eye sockets diminished significantly. At that moment, we had taken its life. I was relieved, however, the tensions within this environment remained. I clenched my fists together.
Do you hear that?
What is that?
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this, however. I don't see any other choice but to follow the noises. We have slain one foe, but something tells me there is more.
Skeletons?
Something far sinister, I fear.
Let's go then, I got your back.
And I got yours. At the end of the hallway, we were met with a robed figure, dark in stature.
The noises gradually ceased themselves as the robed figure took one impressive step towards the pool of water before us. Swords elevated, Storm and I scrutinized the apparition carefully.
It spoke.
You have traveled far to reach this place, haven't you? Do not fear me, Guardians, for I am the gatekeeper who watches these halls. I mean you no harm unless you threaten this beloved temple.
Where exactly are we?
This temple was constructed to shield the people of this world from the overwhelming outside storms. We are beneath Hellshire Mist, the accursed forest, the forest poisoned by witchcraft and sorcery.
Who do you work for?
No one but the people who sought refuge from the tyranny of the elementals, the tyranny of Raloth.
That name, why does that sound so familiar?
Do you know anything about the Guardians?
I know where you hail from, swordsman. I know the Guardians. It has been some time, however, since I have taken the form of a human, since I have taken the sweet, fresh breath of the outside world. The stars are foreign to me at this point. I am now but a decrepit amalgamation of bones, hidden beneath this robe, holding a long-forgotten legacy. You see, this temple, it's been lost in time. No soul has taken one step upon its premises for more than 100 years. Tell me, Guardian, is Sirengard still under the protection of Adelmus Eisenbrandt?
I'm afraid he's passed on from this life.
That's unfortunate. He was the one who gave me the title of Keeper. I was to guard this place from Raloth. That way, people had a place of escape, a place of safety.
Tell us more about Raloth, Keeper.
I know about him, Clay. He reigned over the fifth plane of existence for more than a millennium. His story is, well, complicated.
Raloth is a master of the arcane arts. He knew so much about sorcery that he could even bend the will of the skies. He could summon unnatural, catastrophic disasters. Through the wave of his hand, he could conjure the most destructive winds known to man. He did this to protect himself, to protect the elementals.
Of us, the Guardians.
Why did you never tell me about this?
Because he was presumed dead.
The story of Raloth is a tragic one. Stay for a while, and I may tell you the tale. The tale of the Fallen One.